Talking about the United States, I'm curious what you think about Doge and what Elon Musk is doing. You've had a frenemy, complicated relationship with Elon Musk over the years, given lawsuits and other things back and forth. What do you think of his role in all of this, and what do you think Doge can actually do?
Yeah, Elon and I have hugged it out.
You've hugged it out?
Yeah, he came to one of our conferences. He and I had a nice long chat. We've settled some of our differences. And you know, the guy, I mean, you got to look at Elon. I mean, SpaceX. I mean, Tesla. You know, Neuralink. The guy is our Einstein. And so I'd like to be helpful to him and his company as much as we can. I think it is completely rational for someone to look at our government and say it's been ineffective. Of the grievances, you know, I would say that you have inner city schools and educations. Income didn't go up for the bottom 20% for the better part of 20 years, literally until the tail end of Trump's first administration. But we deserve good government. And I don't think anyone thinks sending another $1 trillion to Washington, D.C. will lend to good government. So government needs to be more accountable. It needs to be more efficient. It should be outcomes-based. I mean, I say department by department, so I wish them the best. It's going to be complicated. As you know, the federal government's complicated. You read about all the people in it. And so, you know, if we could be helpful to them, and I'd love to be helpful to them.
Let me ask you about the bank, because it's on fire. Profit rising 50%, $14 billion in the fourth quarter, I mean, which is extraordinary. Where are you? I mean, one of the things you've done over the years, that I'll give you enormous, without pandering you, I'll give you some credit for a moment, which is obviously the bank is stronger than it's ever been, but you've been very opportunistic about buying things and being in a position to buy things when the moment arises. First Republic being the last example, but of course during the financial crisis. I'm curious, when you think about investing now on behalf of the bank, what you even look at.
Yeah, I don't think doing a big deal is like in our cards, you know, and some of those were done to help the United States at the time. They weren't necessarily done for JPMorgan. And we have great people. I mean, you know a lot of them. I mean, they're just, I mean, I feel blessed with that. So that's the beginning thing. And obviously, if you don't have good people, you're not going to have a good bank. And at the end of the day, that is the number one thing. But in terms of investing, and I could go country by country, area by area, and think we can actually invest and grow. And investing shows up as bankers, physical locations, and technology, and marketing. So we spend, you know, a lot of money in marketing to create new cards and stuff like that. So we think we can gain share in investment banking, wealth management, retail, small business. We still have big pockets of, you know, Daniel Pinto always talks about the yellows and the reds, where we're not very good. You know, and that could be, you know, FX in Vietnam, but those are huge opportunities done properly over time.
Let me ask you another question. I don't know if you saw this article. This is in the Wall Street Journal. Anti-DEI activists target Goldman Sachs and JPMorgan Chase. There's been a vibe shift. We talked about it a lot here in Davos. A rebuke of ESG, a rebuke of DEI. Robbie Starbuck is out there going after companies. You now have a couple of activists going after your company.
Really? Not that I'm aware of.
Are you aware of this?
Well, bring them on. No, I'm not aware of it.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, in terms of what you think your approach to DEI should be, given that we've seen a whole number of companies effectively end these programs, in large part under pressure. And by the way, it's worth pointing out, one of the first executive orders that President Trump put in place was to end DEI within the government. Yeah.
So I think, first of all, I don't like monikers, and it makes it sound like it's a binary thing of what you do. And so let me just tell you what we do, and what we've always done. It doesn't mean you're not going to change policies going forward. We've always done our own thing in climate. So we get criticized by people on the left and the right about climate. We've financed the biggest oil and gas companies, who've done a great job reducing their CO2, by the way. We're the biggest financer of solar and wind. And we finance companies. We finance Tesla at this point. We finance all different things. And our outreach, and it's commercial. This is 90% for profit. We are going to continue to reach out to the Black community, the Hispanic community, the LGBT community, the veterans community. We have special programs for the disabled, Second Chance Initiative. And wherever I go, red states, blue states, green states, mayors, governors, and they like what we do. Right. So we're not trying to pander to any which side or any which thing. Now, if you pointed out something that we're doing that's wrong, I'd change it at the point. And, you know, and we will make modifications going forward. But we're very proud of what we've done. And what we've done is lift up cities, schools, states, hospitals, countries, companies. And we're going to do more of the same.
So you're going to tell these activists to go pound sand, it sounds like.
I don't know which ones you're talking about. If they've got something that we're doing wrong, I'd listen to what they have to say.